From fairy tales to modern movies, we all cheer for the hero who saves the innocents and never tells a lie. But lately, our favorite heroes look a lot more like, well, villains. Why do we cheer for the guy who breaks every rule in the book just as loudly as we cheer for the one who follows them? Today we are breaking down the fundamental differences between the traditional hero and the anti-hero and why we might actually need both. Oh my god, I say it all at once without pushing it. That's amazing. Hello, my friend artist. Welcome to my channel where I take you on my journey of making my graphic novel Legends of the West. So, what are the fundamental differences between the traditional hero and the anti-hero? Well, since my graphic novel Legends of the West story is set in the American frontier, I'm using three icons of the Western genre as examples. Let's break it down. To really understand the gap between the traditional hero and the anti-hero, we have to look at the Old West versus the spaghetti western. On one side, you have John Wayne, the face of the American establishment. On the other, you have Blondie and Tuco, the faces of a world where the law has completely failed. So let's start with the classic. The traditional hero is built on altruism and a moral compass that points true north 100% of the time. The key characteristics are the internal code. They have a strict set of ethics, self-sacrifice. They will put themselves at risk to protect a stranger without hesitation. And they aren't just people. They represent an idea, justice, hope, and honor. In these stories, the conflict is usually external. It's the hero versus the world. We love them because they represent the best version of what humanity could be. They are the light in the dark. In almost all his films, like Rio Bravo, Stagecoach, and The Alamo, John Wayne plays a character who is a symbol of civilization. He has a moral code. Even when his characters are rough, they operate under a strict code of honor. He protects the weak, respects women, and usually wears a badge or leads a cavalry. He is the community hero. Wayne's characters usually fight for something larger than themselves, like a town, a family, or the future of the American frontier. He definitely has a visual style. He's clean-shaven, stands tall, he uses his fists or a rifle. Violence is a tool used only when it's necessary to restore order. But there is an exception. In The Searchers, for example, Wayne played Ethan Edwards, a much darker, obsessive character. This role actually paved the way for the grittier anti-heroes that followed. It's time to get messy. Enter the anti-hero. And in Legends of the West, there are few anti-heroes. So usually there are my favorite characters in stories. The anti-hero lacks of conventional heroic qualities like idealism or morality. They are pragmatic. They do the right thing, but they use wrong methods. They are sometimes reluctant. They don't want to help, but they end up to do the right thing anyway. usually for personal reason. And sometimes they can be motivated by self-interest, revenge, or even survival. Those characteristics are represented very well by Blondie and Tuco, the two anti-heroes in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, my favorite movie directed by Sergio Leone. Let's start first with the cool, cynic Blondie, the Good, played by Clint Eastwood, who is my favorite actor. Blondie is the bridge between a hero and a mercenary. He's the good only because he's less sadistic than the bad, Angel Eyes, played by Lee Van Cleef. Unlike John Wayne, Blondie's motivation isn't trying to save a town, he's after the Confederate gold. Let's say that Blondie's primary driver isn't rescue innocence, but rescue gold. Throughout the story, we can notice Blondie's moral ambiguity. He runs a scam with Tuco where he captures him for bounty money, saves him from hanging at the last second, and splits the cash. This is a far cry from John Wayne's law-abiding sheriffs. Another difference is John Wayne was very talkative and deductive, giving advice on how to be a man in pretty much almost all his character, while Blondie doesn't speak that much, but he speaks with his gun. And at the end, we can call him good because he shows small flashes of humanity, like giving a cigar to a dying soldier, which is one of the best scenes in this movie. And actually, I recommend to watch this movie because it's a masterpiece of the spaghetti western genre. And Sergio Leone was one of the most accomplished and greatest film director. He made so many good movies. Another one that I truly recommend to watch is Once Upon a Time in the West and Once Upon a Time in America. The music in all of these movies are phenomenal. They are directed by Ennio Morricone, and I absolutely recommend to watch all these movies. You learn so much about how the camera moves, this close-up, the expressions of these characters, and the greatness of these actors. They are just amazing. It's truly a masterpiece of the cinema, and I can't stress enough to tell you, watch it. You learn a lot. Anyway, returning to Blondie, we can say that he has a professional code, but not necessarily a moral one.
Blondie, hey, you realize we might be risking our lives?
Yeah. If I get killed, you'll never get your hands on all that beautiful money.
Huh?
Yeah, Tuco? Sure would be a pity.
It's time to talk about the chaotic survivor, Tuco the Ugly, played by Eli Wallach, who really did a great job to represent this character. I mean, I can't imagine anybody else to play the role of Tuco. I mean, honestly, in my opinion, is one of the best characters in this movie. And let's say that in a John Wayne movie, Tuco would be a side villain or a comedic nonsense to be locked in a cell. However, in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, he is a co-protagonist. And the ugly truth, let's say that, Tuco represents the desperation of the West. He is a bandit because he was poor and had no other choice. He is ugly because he is a raw, unpolished reflection of human greed and survival. Tuco has a sort of comic, tragic balance. He's funny and loud, but he is a killer. And the relationship that he has with Blondie is based purely on a mutual need for the gold. Both of them, they need each other because they have to find the gold. Not because they are attached or they have a friendship, anything like that. So it's pure business, let's say that. And he doesn't have a moral code at all. Tuco will beg, plead, scream, and betray anyone to stay alive. And he doesn't care at all about honor. In conclusion, when you move from John Wayne to Blondie and Tuco, you're moving from idealism to realism. Wayne tells us that the West was won by good men. The good, the bad, and the ugly suggest that the West was won by the people who were simply too tough or too greedy to die. At the end, the anti-hero is so compelling because they bridge the gap between who we are and who we wish we could be. While the traditional hero represents an impossible standard of perfection, the anti-hero offers us something much more valuable: recognition. They are the mirror for our own frustrations, our selfish impulses, and our messy attempts to navigate a world that isn't always fair. We like them because they don't have to be good to be right. They prove that you can be broken, cynical, and deeply flawed, yet still possess a spark of humanity that chooses to do the right thing when it truly counts. In the end, we don't just watch anti-heroes for the action, we watch them because they make our own imperfections feel a little more like a superpower. Well, now is your turn. Let me know in the comment section who is your favorite traditional hero or anti-hero. And do me a favor, if you really like this video, please smash the like button and subscribe. It really helps my channel to grow so I can make more videos like this one. And until next video, I wanna really thank you to all of you for watching. And me and Finnegan want to wish you a beautiful and joyful Merry Christmas.